Okay, welcome back to Joel's Garage. I don't have a studio, and this is the brightest workbench in my garage, so here we are. Today I just wanted to take a minute and talk briefly about the Velomacchi 40-liter bag, the Speedway bag as it's called, because I've been getting a lot of questions from people, even at gas stations, about it. So first off, the bag's a great color. It's made out of mostly higher end materials. The main construction is something they call 500D, which is a lot better. It's a pretty high number, much better than some of those lesser Ds. And nobody wants to mess around with a lesser D, right? So the bag is a quilted ballistic nylon on the back and features leather gripping panels, which I think are pretty nice. Now, as I go through the features of the bag, I should let you know that for many years I've been somewhat of a bag snob. I don't know how or why, but I got started in my late teens just really liking backpacks, camera bags, hiking bags, anything that was a technical bag I liked. So I might be a little bit more critical than most, and to be honest, if you're watching this video, you probably are already going to buy this bag, or you're just one of my friends and are, I don't know why you're watching them. But so take my criticisms with a grain of salt. Most of this bag is watertight, according to the manufacturer. I don't know what that is or what it means. Hopefully it doesn't mean that the bag holds on to water tightly. I don't know. So let's start off with the main compartment. It's a roll top. And well, let's get my first complaint out of the way. It's a horrible design. It's these little fasteners that slide in and then hook. There's two of them, and it's a horrible design, and it's a huge pain in the ass. If you want to get in and out of this bag quickly, it's just not going to happen. If you're buying something at the store and then people are behind you in line and you just want to get everything back in there, and then you roll it up and then you're trying to get okay, and then you get that one in. Oh wait, just like Ron Popeil, there's more. You have to do the other one, and that makes you hate life for a couple minutes. So terrible design. I can't stand it. I barely use this pocket unless I have to. So, with that first complaint out of the way, let's get inside. You are met with a very cool surprise here, is it does have a magnetic flap, which is very cool. The fit and finish is not fantastic. You can tell it's not really lined up. So, the inner compartment kind of sneaks out. It looks like the inside is a ripstop nylon. And once you get inside here, well, you're just greeted with a hole. There's nothing. There's no dividers. There's nothing. It's just a big hole. There's no dividers. There's no padded section. There's no laptop area. There's nothing. It's just a big hole. So you can fit a lot of things in there. I will give it that. So now let's roll it up and then hope that I can get, okay, got it in there. Let's see if I can get this one. Okay, got that one. So that wasn't as bad as normal. So, next pocket here, you've got a nice zipper. I don't know if it's waterproof. I doubt it. Curious item about that too, this zipper, and we'll get to this pocket later, but this appears to be a waterproof zipper on the side here. I mean, it looks like it could be, at least anyway. It's got a very membrane-y kind of surface to it, but I don't know. But anyways, so we'll go back to this pocket with the separate zipper. This goes in, and you're met with another pocket, and it is a pocket. There is no divider in here. There's no pockets. There's no padding. There's nothing. It's just another hole filled with ripstop, and it's a really dark colored ripstop, so you can't really see inside there. Next thing you see is a compression strap, which allows you to make it bigger or smaller. It's got a nice hanger on here, which is a nice feature. I like it. It's aluminum. You can move it a little bit side to side, but not very much. So great for hanging a helmet or whatever else. The compression straps are fairly easy to use. Just snap. Okay, the last main pocket on here is this one here, and complaint time again. It's terrible. Getting these open, you have to pull this out and then turn it and slide it through there, and then you have to do it again to get to this pouch. Now it is nice that this comes almost all the way up, so that should keep most water out. Once you open this, we finally do have a section with some dividers. But the main dividers on the back here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they can all hold like a carpenter's pencil, or 2 or maybe 3 regular pencils. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not carrying around a lot of pencils. I don't know what the hell you would actually put in here, especially because I don't even know how deep they go. But it's further than I can get my finger down. So I don't know what the hell you would put it. Like if you put a quarter in there, it's gone forever. Like you're never gonna get it out. So and then below that, there's 3 more oddly sized stretchy panels that you could probably put a pack of Trident in the middle one. On the left hand side, maybe a pack of cards, and on the right hand side maybe a slightly bigger pack of cards, maybe index cards, 3x5s, and then the rest is all open and it expands. So, oh, and there's also this in case you keep your keys on a, I don't know. Anyway, so then when you want to close that up quickly, you make sure you line this up with the hole, and then you pull it through and then snap yourself and get mad. So, because apparently we're not against zippers, just not when it's a convenient pocket that you'd like to use more. Then there's a hanging thing here for your bike. And then this leads me to the side pocket, which I think is waterproof. It looks waterproof. I don't know why it's different from this one. And that goes in here, and you have another nice stretchy thing for your janitor keys. I don't know. And then inside here, there's a panel. Oh look, I got a receipt in there. There's a panel. It goes most of the width of the backpack, but it's also not affixed to anything, so it just moves around. I don't know what the point of that is. Maybe just because it's easier to make it that way than having to design it. So now at the top there's a semi-elastic handle, which seems to be covered with some sort of really it feels like heat shrink tubing. I don't know what exactly it is. Then there's the key design of why most people want this bag, the straps. And I'll be honest, they were a big draw for me. How are they? Well, that's complicated. They have some excellent features. The quickly adjusting bottoms allow you to tailor them every time you put them on. You can set them up however you want and quickly unloosen it and then tighten it and then just bring it back down to what you want as soon as you're ready to go. Those have been working pretty well. The leather grips on the side do a pretty good job of holding you in place. The upper section is stitched directly to the top of the bag. I feel like that was a missed opportunity, but we'll get into that. The next center section has a pivoting area that allows the bag to conform a little bit. And then there's a magnetic lock for attaching together at the sternum. Now, as you can see, it It kind of works. I would say I'm trying to listen. If it feels like I'm picking on this bag, I am. And that's because in this price range, you shouldn't have very many complaints about a bag. But we'll get to that in a minute. Now, the way that this is supposed to work is that you get them close and it magnetically attaches, and then you're done. Now, myself, I probably have a 60% success rate of that actually happening. If I'm wearing gloves, it probably drops to about 40%. In addition, the way these straps are, the articulation is completely limited to the middle. That doesn't give you a lot of articulation, especially because the rest of the points are fixed. You're fixed. And if you happen to be, say, a larger person, I don't know, 6'5", 225, like me, if you have a lot of weight in the backpack, it can almost feel like wearing a necktie. So I don't think that it works as good as it should. There's some other things on here. There's little straps that you can hang things on. Apparently here you can put a tire pressure gauge. I don't know why I'd want a big piece of metal on my chest, but apparently we don't care anymore. Then you can put a pen or something here. And apparently here you're supposed to put in your loved ones' names or something. I don't know. And then you can mount a GoPro here so everyone can see your cool wheelies. The articulation area is put together with what appears to be a metal pin and a split ring loop. I don't understand the decision of this. It almost never stays flat. If you have a lot of weight in the bag and it's riding up on you, these are going to be right at about your helmet. And sometimes they will hit my helmet, which is a nice sound that I don't really appreciate. It has a cool metal cap, but everything else is just plastic. Again, like I said, if it seems like I'm picking on this bag, it is. But it's not because I don't like it. It's just because this bag is firmly in the aspirational bag category. Priced at $300, the amount of complaints you have should be fairly minimal, in my opinion. When we talked about the construction, also some of the little things that let this bag down, the finish of the seams. And I'll try and zoom in on this, but it's just a ballistic nylon edge, and it's welted on. So when you see it come around corners, it gets kind of bunched up. And that's because it's only single stitched, which is a pretty big letdown. When you see certain parts right here, this is all webbing up and it's getting all bunched up because they only stitched it with one thread. In this price point, that's kind of unforgivable, and it kind of just lets it down. It's a pretty sad oversight. And all in all, I really wanted to love this bag because it's pretty cool looking. It has a lot going for it, but it lets itself down. You know, at $300, I'd be hard pressed to give it more than a 7 out of a 10. I think a lot of these shortcomings could be forgiven if this was a $150 bag. But at $300, when you look at some of the other bags on the market, not even for motorcycling specifically, but just what $300 will get you in the level of attention to detail, the craftsmanship, the things that you don't know that you need, but once you have them, it's really cool. Another thing that I really think they missed out on is there's no way to get to any pockets with the bag on. There's no side pocket here that you could just put your wallet and your phone on if that's all you need. Like, I just want to get my debit card so I can put gas in the bike, right? I don't want to get ready for takeoff, and there's just a lot of things that they just really could have nailed if they weren't paying attention to just making it cool. For example, if you look at another $300 bag, here's the peak design travel backpack. It's compactable, it's made with the same great materials, it's fully waterproof almost everywhere. There's a handle on every single side. There's special pockets that you can access without taking the backpack off. There's where my wallet and passport go, right? Nobody knows they're there. If I'm bringing the bag into a meeting or something, the straps articulate at the top. I think if this bag had articulation at the top and somewhere around here, maybe a little bit lower, and use just a simple rivet, you'd have a much better fit. You'd have much more things going for it. And also, if you want to take it to a meeting, you take this magnetic flap, slide your strap behind it, fold up everything, flap goes right back on. Now you just have a bag, right? You do it to the other side. So there's lots of things that people are thinking of. I mean, don't get me started on pockets you can get to easily, ways you can separate compartments. I mean, for crying out loud, that should be kind of a no-brainer. And at $300, you shouldn't even have to think about it. So I think everything is addressed in other bags in this price range. I think this one misses the mark for me, so I'll still be on the hunt for another bag. If you're not very picky, I'm sure you'll love it. If you're looking for something you can do anything with, I don't think this is the one. But that's just my 2 cents.